Welcome to today's explainer. We are jumping straight into the literal building blocks of our modern era. Today, we're exploring two tiny semiconductor giants that power absolutely everything in our world. And I mean everything, from the smartphone in your pocket to the massive data centers training AI, all the way to global communication networks. We're talking about transistors, but specifically, we're putting the two absolute heavyweights of the electronics engineering world head-to-head. Bipolar Junction Transistors, or BJTs, and metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistors, better known as MOSFETs. Both act as switches, both can amplify signals, but as you'll see, they behave very differently.
So here's the ultimate dilemma you'll hit when you first start designing circuits. Which transistor should you actually use? It sounds like a simple choice, right? But picking the wrong one can lead to terrible efficiency, crazy heat generation, or just total system failure. The right answer always depends on the application, and understanding the why behind that answer is exactly what separates a total novice from an expert.
Because honestly, the stakes are incredibly high. Imagine you're on a team designing a next-generation robot, or a motor controller for an EV, or maybe a really high-end audio amplifier. Your choice of transistor directly impacts the performance, the cost, the reliability, the whole shebang. Pick a BJT where a MOSFET belongs, and your electric vehicle is going to lose precious miles of range because of terrible efficiency. Swap it around and use a MOSFET where a BJT excels, and your audio amplifier might completely fail to deliver that crisp, clear sound you're going for. Here is our roadmap for the explainer. First, the electronic valve. Then, we'll meet our contenders, explore the core battle of current versus voltage, look at the scale problem, dive into real-world applications, and finally, look at the bigger picture. Okay, part 1, the electronic valve and understanding the basics. At its absolute core, a transistor is just an electronically controlled valve. Think of a massive water pipe. You wouldn't use your bare hands to try and stop thousands of gallons of rushing water, right? No way. You'd use a small turning valve. A tiny physical movement from your hand controls a massive flow of water. Well, a transistor does the exact same thing, just with electricity. A tiny electrical input signal controls a much larger electrical output current. This deceptively simple idea of switching and amplifying signals is literally the beating heart of all modern tech.
Moving right along to part 2. Let's meet the contenders, the BJT and the MOSFET.
First up is the BJT, the Bipolar Junction Transistor. Let's completely demystify this legacy powerhouse. The BJT was one of the earliest practical transistor technologies. It totally revolutionized the world, becoming the absolute foundation of electronics in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s. The defining characteristic of a BJT, the thing you really need to remember, is that it's a current-controlled device. That means you have to feed it a continuous, albeit small, input current to allow a larger output current to flow.
So how does that flow actually work? You've got 3 terminals. First, the emitter, which releases the charge carriers into the device. Then we have the base, which is our vital control valve. And finally, the collector, which, well, collects those charge carriers. The real magic happens right at the base. The physical amount of current entering that base terminal determines exactly how much current is allowed to flow between the collector and the emitter. Inject a little current, you get a larger current flowing through. Simple as that.
Now, let's meet our second contender, the absolute dominant modern titan, the MOSFET. Stripping away that incredibly intimidating acronym, it stands for Metal Oxide Semiconductor Field Effect Transistor. While the BJT built the early days of electronics, the MOSFET is what makes the 21st century possible. It's the most widely used transistor in the world today. Its secret weapon? Unlike the BJT, the MOSFET is a highly efficient voltage-controlled device. Let's break down its 3 terminals: the source, where current enters, the gate, our control terminal, and the drain, where current exits. If the BJT is a leaky water valve that constantly needs a little bit of flow while you hold it open, the MOSFET is more like a smart, automatic gate. By simply applying a voltage to the gate, just electrical pressure, not the actual steady flow of current, you open the path between the source and the drain. It requires almost zero continuous current to stay open.
Which brings us to part 3, the core battle, current versus voltage control.
So the crucial takeaway is this direct comparison. The BJT is current-controlled. It relies on continuous base current to stay on, which means it constantly consumes more control power. It's pretty power-hungry. The MOSFET, on the other hand, is voltage-controlled. It just needs that gate voltage, the electrical pressure, with almost no steady-state current actually flowing into the gate itself. It is so much more efficient. Now, in a single isolated transistor, you might be thinking, who cares? That power difference is tiny. But just wait until we start multiplying them.
Part 4.
The scale problem and scaling up to modern tech.
We are talking about tens of billions. That is the number of transistors crammed into a single modern CPU or an AI graphics processor. Now, imagine for a second if we built a modern computer processor using current-controlled BJTs. Because every single BJT requires continuous current to stay switched on, the sheer amount of power required would be astronomical. The intense heat generated by tens of billions of power-hungry base terminals would literally melt the silicon and destroy the whole system in seconds. That is exactly why MOSFETs won the digital computing race. Their voltage-controlled nature allows billions of them to switch on and off at lightning speed with astonishing efficiency and very little heat.
Moving to Part 5, Real-World Applications. Where do these things actually live?
We are living in the MOSFET kingdom. Because of their lightning-fast switching speeds and extremely low power consumption, MOSFETs are the undisputed champions of the digital world. They're the reason your smartphone has all-day battery life while doing billions of calculations a second. They're the backbone of the GPUs training massive AI models. They give electric vehicles incredible motor control, and they sit inside almost every tiny low-power microcontroller running the Internet of Things. If it computes in zeros and ones, for sure it relies on MOSFETs. But hold on a second, a lot of people think the BJT is just ancient history. Actually, scratch that. It's absolutely not. For analog amplification, BJTs provide excellent gain and linearity. While MOSFETs rule the digital domain of zeros and ones, BJTs still totally thrive in the analog world of continuous signals. If you're building a high-fidelity audio amplifier, professional sound equipment, or a precision sensor interface, you're going to use BJTs. Their predictable analog characteristics are simply unparalleled for those specific jobs.
Finally, Part 6, the bigger picture, past, present, and future.
So how do we get here? In the 1950s, BJTs were the absolute heroes, launching the transistor revolution and replacing those bulky, fragile vacuum tubes. Fast forward to today, and MOSFETs have enabled a global computing network that has completely transformed civilization. But the tech doesn't just stop evolving. Looking to the future, we're already moving beyond standard MOSFETs into advanced architectures like FinFETs and silicon carbide devices. These are driving the next wave of the AI revolution because they handle even more power with even greater efficiency.
Before we wrap up, here's your ultimate cheat sheet, the final tally. Remember, the BJT is current-controlled and draws higher input power, making it a beast for analog but pretty rare in modern digital systems. The MOSFET is voltage-controlled, uses lower input power, and switches incredibly fast, making it the dominant force in digital electronics. Understanding these distinct strengths and weaknesses is exactly what allows engineers to design vastly better, more reliable systems.
So, bringing this all together, now that you understand these microscopic foundations, the tiny valves that control the flow of electricity, you have a choice. Are you going to harness the incredibly linear, precise world of the BJT and analog electronics? Or will you build ultra-fast, hyper-efficient digital computing systems powered by billions of MOSFETs? The components are right there in your hands. Which world will you build in? Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and keep building.